Assalamu'alaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Syifa Azzahra from Class E. In order to fulfill the individual assignment of phonology and phonetic course, I would like to explain about English consonant. What is the meaning of a consonant? A consonant is a speech sound made by either completely or partially obstructing breath. This is done by creating contact between two articulators. Next, list of consonant letters and examples. Here are the 24th consonant sounds with examples. P as in pin, T as in tin, K as in kin, B as in bin, D as in din, G as in gun, Ch as in chin, J as in judge, F as in fat, Th as in thing, S as in sin, Sh as in shine, V as in van, Th as in this, Z as in zoo, J as in measure, M as in man, N as in name, Ng as in rank, R as in run, L as in lip, Y as in young, W as in wait, H as in hang. How are consonant sounds made? Consonants have three characteristics. The first is voicing. The second is place of articulation. And the third is manner of articulation. The first characteristic is voicing. Voicing refers to the activity of the vocal cords. The organs related to voicing are the vocal cords, the glottis, and the larynx. There are two types of voicing. The first is voiceless. When the vocal folds are wide apart and not vibrating, consonants are voiceless. For example, the consonant sounds of P, T, and S. The second is voiced. When the vocal folds are close together and vibrating, consonants are voiced. For example, the consonant sounds of B, D, and Z. The second characteristic is place of articulation. The place of articulation is where the airstream is obstructed to form consonant sounds. There are two types of articulators. The first is the active articulators. The active articulators are the parts that you can move, like your tongue or your lips. The second is the passive articulators. The passive articulators are the immovable parts of your vocal tract that can be brought together, like the teeth or the palate. These are the 8 places of articulation. The first is bilabial. Bilabial sounds are produced when the upper and lower lips are fully in contact. The bilabial consonant sounds are P, B, M. For example, B as in back. The second is labiodentals. Labiodentals are produced when the obstruction of the airstream is made by the top teeth touching the lower lip. The labiodental consonant sounds are F and V. For example, V as in have. The third is dental. Dental sounds are produced when the tip of the tongue is just behind the top teeth. On rare occasions, it may protrude between the teeth, but not commonly. The dental consonant sounds are th and the. For example, th as in thick. The fourth is alveolar. alveolar sounds are produced by the tip of the tongue touching or approaching the alveolar ridge. The alveolar consonant sounds are t, d, l, r, n, s, z. For example, s as in should. The fifth is post-alveolar. Post-alveolar sounds are produced with the blade of the tongue approaching the hard palate. The post-alveolar consonant sounds are sh and j. For example, sh as in brush. The sixth is palatal. Palatal sounds are made a bit further back from a post-alveolar. The consonant sound y is in this category. For example, y as in yes. The seventh is velar. Velar sounds are produced with the back of the tongue against the soft palate. The velar consonant sounds are k, g, ng. For example, k as in kin. The eighth is glottals. Glottals are made in the vocal folds. The glottal consonants are h and the culprit behind many of the silent syllables. For example, h is in high. The third characteristic is manner of articulation. The manner of articulation refers to how the airstream is obstructed to produce consonant sounds. There are 6 different manners of articulation. The first is stops. Stops are produced by blocking the airstream completely and then releasing it in a burst. The stop consonant sounds are p, b, t, k, g. The second is fricative. Fricative sounds are produced by a partial obstruction of the airstream. The airstream coming out is a turbulence, and this turbulence causes friction. That's why they're called fricatives. The fricative consonant sounds are f, v, s, z, sh, j, th, th, h. The third is abricates. Abricates start with the symbol of a stop sound and end with a fricative sound. In this case, the release of the air is done progressively, producing friction. The abricate consonant sounds are th, j. The fourth is nasals. Nasals are sounds produced when the air is redirected up through the nasal cavity. The nasal consonant sounds are m, n, ng. The fifth is liquid. Liquid sounds are made when the airstream passes through the mouth in a fluid manner. The liquid consonants are l and r. And the last is approximants. Approximants are sounds made without any kind of friction or contact. The approximant consonants are w and y. Okay, I think that's all from me. Hopefully it can be usable for all of us. I would like to apologize if there is a mistake, and thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.